What does it take to really, metaphorically, listen to somebody else? And with somebody else, I mean somebody who might have a very different lived experience than I do. Somebody with a different background, a different cultural upbringing, different gender identity, different values. And how do I put myself in this person's shoes and walk a few kilometers in those shoes so I can get an embodied sense of what their experience might be like. Because of our neurobiology, I believe that the moving body is the perfect access point into our kinesthetic empathy. As I watch somebody else move, on a micro level, neurologically, I am really on a micro level moving myself. So my physical understanding, rather than a rational understanding of the other person's experience, arises. And I believe that this, as a practice or as a phenomenon, makes us aware of the fact that we are never really separate from the world. We both participate in it and we are affected by it. And it's an ongoing entanglement that is inherently always there. Through the practice, I'm hoping to shine a light on this truth, because I believe many of our choices would be probably very different if we were aware of this fact more often. I'm hoping that by becoming aware of these things, we can align our values with our embodied actions. Early on, I realized that firstly, I need to attune to myself so I can later on open myself to another person's experience. Within this practice, this is done by first arriving in a space, by kind of orienting in the room. The core principle of the practice is basically around where I place my attention, and then awareness around where my attention is. So mostly we play with internal sensations and noticing those. For example, the contact of the feet on the floor, the heartbeat inside the chest, or any other physical experience that I might have. Then actively looking into the external environment, and then ping-ponging in a way back and forth between the external experience and my internal experience. Once that is more or less established, this will remain the base of the practice. So then the next part, we are engaging with an object in the space. The participants walk around and kind of follow their interest in whatever catches their attention. They then stand close to that object and connect to an internal desire or a memory or an interest that arises in relationship to this specific object. Then we create a first gesture that then will be shared with a partner. And so couples are forming, and as we meet our partners, we are still playing with our sense of relative safety. From there, we start sharing our gesture with the partner as they closely observe us. So we are very particular about the texture, the speed, the dynamic, the spatial connotation of that gesture, and we teach it to our partner non-verbally. Together we perform the gesture, and then we swap around, and vice versa. Partner teaches their gesture to us. And so bit by bit we accumulate a set of gestures which in the end form our shared phrase. As we improvise with this material, both observing, both being observed, a shared language accumulates, a bilateral exchange that arises through the shared experience between both agents in this constellation. The core of the practice is basically what I've just explained, and then from there we can take it into different kinds of formats. One format is a workshop format with professional dancers or any kind of dancers or dance enthusiasts who meet one another and just experiment with those ideas. Another version is in a setting where audience members meet performers, meet dancers, and they interact in these couples. So we can kind of build a bridge between the audience and the performers and create a sense of understanding of the other person's experience as a kind of preparation for watching performances. And then the third version is to have the score recorded and have two performers meet with wireless headphones where they get the instruction through headphones in a performative setting where, based on a particular theme, we can gear the gestures towards that particular theme and create a performance with that.